Imagine Nigeria as a vibrant tapestry woven with threads of diverse cultures, languages, and tradition, and all contributing to the nation's interwoven fabric.
Indeed, patience and each thread in that fabric represents
And
a
a
citizen,
citizen,
earmarking
earmarking
the
the
amazing
amazing
role
role we
we
each must play to shape Nigeria's future.
Today, our focus is on something that affects every single one of us, and that is citizens' rights and responsibilities.
Indeed, we have rights and responsibilities. We must obey laws. We must pay taxes. This way, we can uphold our rights alongside our responsibilities.
Absolutely, Thelma. Often we hear people talking about rights, but how often do we think about the responsibilities that come with these rights? I am Patience Eloy-Abba, and this is your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal, coming to you live from the network service of the NTA.
My name is Thelma Obaze. I warmly welcome you to Weekend Deal today as we tackle and enlighten about citizens' rights, roles, and responsibilities. We are on Instagram and TikTok at NTA Network and on YouTube at NTA Live.
You won't go, I will follow you. If you're leading, I will follow you. See your love pouring out. Drops of blood on my bed. Where you won't go, I will follow you. If you're leading, I will follow you. Attention, attention, give the praise to the one who's God. Trust in you alone, my Lord. You've been good to me, my Lord. Yeah, say, giving me the best in the day one. You never let me lack, so I stay strong. Loving tenderly, a little bit intensity. Even when things are hard, I'll still be counting my blessing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 is plenty. I'm counting on my blessings, I'm not empty. And maybe I'll be winning Grammy easily. It's plenty, it's plenty. Hey. Walaikum salam. Greetings to you, my Father. Me no want palabra. I will praise you, Jehovah. Walaikum salam. Greetings to you, my Father. Me no want palabra. I just wanna praise in love. Praise in love. Praise in love. Praising the Lord,
Singing,
praising the Lord,
shouting,
praising the Lord,
jumping,
praising the Lord,
I just wanna praise,
praising the Lord,
I just wanna praise,
praising the Lord,
I just wanna praise,
praising the Lord. Walaikum salam, greetings to you, my Father. Me no want palabra. I will praise you, Jehovah. Walaikum salam. Greetings to you, my Father. Me no want palabra. I just wanna praise in love. Oh, sing, oh, praise. Praise in the Lord. Oh, sing, oh, praise. Praise in the Lord. Oh, sing, oh, praise. Praise in the Lord. Oh, sing, oh, praise. 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 Walaikum salam. Greetings to you, my Father. Me no want palabra. I will praise you, Jehovah. Walaikum salam. Greetings to you, my Father. Me no want palabra. I just wanna praise in love. Praise in love. Praise in love.
and singing,
Praise in the Lord.
singing,
Praise in the Lord.
shouting. shouting,
praising the Lord,
jumping,
praising the Lord,
I just wanna praise
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 praising the Lord, praising the Lord, praising the Lord.
M Savers! Give it up for M Savers! Woo! Well done, M Savers. That was beautiful. That was delightful. That was calming. That's a good way to continue the show this morning. Today, our focus is on citizens' rights and responsibilities. Now, we know that our citizens' rights and responsibilities are enshrined in our 1999 Constitution, as a matter of fact, Chapter 4. But do you know that these rights and responsibility are two sides of the same coin? So as you're thinking of your rights as a citizen, you must think about the responsibilities. To tell us more about this is our backgrounder by Francis Ogbe.
In Nigeria, citizenship goes beyond simply living within the country's borders. It reflects identity, belonging, and participation in the affairs of the state. The 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, provides the basis for who qualifies as a Nigerian citizen.
There are three ways to become a citizen of Nigeria. Section 25, Section 26, and Section 27 of the Nigerian Constitution, 1999 as amended, clearly defines the various ways which a person can become a citizen of Nigeria. One of the ways is citizenship by birth. Citizenship by birth is when you are born in Nigeria to a Nigerian parent, either before the independence or after the independence. We also have citizenship by registration. In this case, someone may have been adjudged to be of good character. He may have resided in Nigeria for a particular period of time, and of course applied to be registered as a citizen of Nigeria and so accepted by the relevant authority. Then we have citizenship by naturalization. At this stage, it is a president prerogative to issue a certificate to a person who would have resided in Nigeria for not less than 15 years. And of course, he would have been adjudged to be of good character, either by the state where he had lived. The governor of the state would have attested to that. And of course, he would have indicated the part of the country where he intended to be registered as a state or a citizen.
Chapter 4 of the 1999 Constitution, sections 33 to 46, outlines the fundamental rights of Nigerian citizens. These rights are the bedrock of citizenship, ensuring equality, dignity, and freedom.
Every citizen has the right to live, right to movement, move from one point to the other, right to own your property. Citizen has a right to own property anywhere in Nigeria, depending on the regulations that are defined in such location or state. Citizens ought to have right to access to social amenities provided by the government. And of course, these rights are not totally expressed, because where your right stops, somebody else's right begins from there. So to a very large extent, vast majority of Nigerians know their rights, but the ability and the capacity to enforce or approach enforcers of these rights when they are violated becomes a limitation, apparently because of our economic status, and then because of the confidence the citizen appears to have in the system, the governance system.
Understanding the foundations of citizenship is essential, as it helps Nigerians know not only their entitlement, such as the fundamental rights in Chapter 4 of the Constitution, but also the duties they must uphold in strengthening the unity and progress of the nation.
For the government to provide social amenities, they rely on some of the responses, in this case, the responsibility of the citizen to get money through taxes. So if you don't pay your tax, if you don't pay your bills, for instance, electricity bill, water bill, and other utility bills, the government will not have enough to, in turn, provide social amenities. So as a responsible citizen, you are expected to pay your taxes. Secondly, as a responsible citizen, you are expected to obey the laws of the land. Where the law says there are traffic signals, red indicates that you should stop at a moment. Yellow indicates that you should be prepared to move, and green, of course, gives you the right to move. You should follow these colors accordingly, and not for you because of the position you occupy or your rights of authority over people within the system. You see red, you decide to hit the road. That does not show you as a responsible citizen. So the responses that citizens must give to show that they are also giving in return for what the system has provided for them is such that these two has to go pari passu for the system to be properly governed. And that is why we say that a system that is not governed by law is a system that, of course, is akin to the jungle. And that is not what we expect a human system to be.
Nigeria's future depends on citizens who not only claim their rights, but also shoulder their responsibilities in building a just and prosperous nation.
Citizens' rights and responsibilities is our focus today on Weekend Deal. And we just learned, if you didn't already know, that where your rights end, another citizen's rights begin. So we must be careful, we must be vigilant, and we must be patriotic. Our guests are here. Let's begin to introduce and welcome them. He has over 35 years in public relations and public administration, as well as strategic communication, a former Director General of the National Orientation Agency, and a two-time Commissioner for Information in Plateau and Nasarawa states. He is Dr. Mike Omeri. His profile is next. Not those people.
You're welcome to Weekend Deal, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, Dr. Omeri is not alone. We have another guest in the house, a Nigerian who is patriotic about his father's land, and he has served Nigeria in various capacities. Today, he sits as the president of Talon Travels and Tours Nigeria Limited. He is Honorable Akinkumi Fakaye. Let's see his profile.
Honorable Akinkumi Fakaye, welcome to Weekend Deal. Honorable Akinkumi, you were a special advisor to a governor in Oyo State for quite some time, and your focus was tourism and culture. Sure. We've taken ourselves outside Nigeria to other shores where when Nigerians go there, they obey. They are even the first to obey.
Yes.
But when we come here, we are unable to. In fact, we are part of the chaos. Yes. And even the few who want to obey sometimes are unable to, because more people seem to want to do what is more comfortable or more convenient. How would you say, we are lovers of our culture, how would you say we can use our culture to enforce our rights, our roles and responsibilities? That's one thing Nigerians don't play with from any part of Nigeria. Yes. Are we able to utilize that to further spearhead and enforce patriotism in Nigeria, do you think?
Based on what we are discussing, the role, the model, what's your role? I feel like within ourselves, we need to look inside. And why do we have to go, when we travel outside the country, we have to obey the law. But when we are inside, in our country, as soon as, let me give you an example. I just returned from the United States last week. As soon
No wonder your smile looks.
as soon as we landed in the Murtala Airport,
Yes,
you know what? They told us that do not sit on your seat until the plane is, packed. But you know what? Everybody was grabbing their luggages, and I was like, why do you have to do that? We don't follow instructions. And this has been our culture for a long time. People tend to, when they go to outside the country, they obey the law. But when you get here, everybody's just start behaving like,
The chaos starts.
Yeah, why do you have to go through that? So I think, as far as I'm concerned, the way I look at it is that, they say charity begin at home. So we need to, emphasize and, be thorough. If you break the law, you have to pay. It's all these.
So are you saying chaos or chaotic behavior is endemic in our culture?
Because, like we are talking about, people we are not patient enough.
Is it from time?
It's been
Is it a recent thing?
It's been, I've been out of the country for a long time. I came back and everybody's still acting the same way. So nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed.
Yeah, because I believe that, our culture, we need to, present ourselves. That's why even when you go out of the country, they look at where you are coming from. You are coming from Nigeria, you are, stereotyped. Because they believe that, we are not really, culture well. You don't, even though we are trained, I was trained to respect and to, live by the rules of the culture. But certain people, I guess, like he was saying, my co-host here was saying that, government officials need to set example for the citizen, if you see that I've been involved with a convoy with the governor before. I see that we use about 20 convoy. I say, sir, why do we need 20 convoy? Why do we have to be inconvenient other citizens? So as they see the governor or the president breaking the law, so everybody's like, hey, I can do it too, because nobody is setting an example for anybody. So that is the key thing that we need to look into. How do you go to the bank, everybody wants to jump the line. You go to a petrol station, people want to run after. You are driving, people cross. So everybody is just behaving like as if, they don't really care. And then when you look at it, we are all going to reach our destination. Why do you have to be in a hurry to, So the cultural aspect of it is to make sure that, everybody, should be able to know the rules of the law. Like I say, if I see people driving on the other side of the road, you are endangering other people's life. So all these things has to be, we have to change the culture, to make sure that we obey the law. The rules of the law is there for us, but we have to maintain it.
Thank you so much. But doctor, sometimes he's spoken about the government, and I'm so glad that both of you have been on two sides of the divide.
Sure.
Both of you have been with the government and with the people, so you can speak to this situation. Do you think that the lack of citizens carrying out their responsibility is because they feel, or there is no trust? They feel that they don't have trust for the government to protect their rights? Is it because they feel a certain way about how the government has behaved towards them, because citizens are not feeling obliged when it comes to their responsibilities? We hear about my right to live, my right to this, my right to that, but you hardly hear about
my right to pay bills.
To pay bills, to obey law. You never hear about the responsibilities. You hear about what is comfortable for us.
Yes.
Is it because there's a disconnect between the people and the government?
Permit me to take it this way.
Okay, sir.
See, historically, we are a cultured people.
Yes.
We have values, we are organized.
Okay.
Our African traditional religion has all the proven principles of character and teaches us from the cradle. That is why even our dances, who comes to teach us? When we are dancing, you see the choreography, nobody, it's us that teach ourselves.
Yes,
It's
sir.
synchronize and all of that. That shows we have values and we are an organized set of people.
Okay.
Now, over time, government, yes, there was a time people go to pay taxes on their own. They go to pay. They go to the offices to pay. And they see the benefit of it. They see one school spring up there. They see teacher training there. They see a dispensary of those days. And so forth and so on. Here, there, everywhere. So they know what their monies are being used
Useful.
Today, we have seen that government has taken over everything. They say they can do everything and nothing comes to us. They say the monies they get from our natural resources belong to us. But what comes to us are still deficient in terms of output. So it takes, and because of, and then you see government officials behaving in a manner not in with what ordinarily is our way of life. So they and then they do that to the deprivation of others. Okay, so everybody today wants to be an accountant, wants to be this, wants to be that, because he thinks the accountant has the money, the chief executive steals the money and behaves in a particular way. I was speaking at the program the other day. Today, those days we used to have in the village, the traditional title conferred on the best farmer, the best drummer, the best. Do you know those titles are no longer for the best farmer? For the best farmer in my village may be somebody who is living in Abuja, has no farm, because he has so much money, they just give him that title. The best drummer they give in the city. So all of us in the villages now want to come to the city and be accountants and be in charge of procurement and all those areas that we are able to make money from, so that we can go and take the title. So our culture is gone as a result of that. We are not able to even codify any. Now, can we consciously and deliberately begin to teach values and rights in school, so that from the primary school,
Cradle.
can we begin to teach discipline from that level? So that, you know, we used to have it. Those days when you are going to school, a taxi, cars on the road will park for you
Stop and
to
then
stop for you to
they will
cross the
cross.
road.
Yes,
Some will even
definitely.
give you a ride. Today, you enter any car, you end up in somebody's spot.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You become a...
So sad.
It's
So sad.
So all of these are because we have adopted the concept or tendency to get rich quick. So we can live like that one. We can also be honored in society. We can be honored in church. We can be honored in the mosques. You look at the mosques, you see only the big people are sitting in front. The established people, the rich people are sitting in front. If you go to the church, it's the same thing. In fact, the seats are even reserved for them.
Yes.
And they are recognized. And so who doesn't want? And what is the qualification? What is, because they have money.
They have money.
Ill-gotten wealth or positions of responsibility that are not being used for the benefit of the people. And these are the ones that are being celebrated. So can we go back to celebrating values?
Let's go back to
I was
Japan.
at the embassy of Japan the other day. I said there was a time we wanted to create a kind of partnership with them to understudy how they are able to enforce discipline at that level. You see children picking dirt and throwing. You see garbage all over the place. They are able to pick the dirt on the street and throw
In the
dustbin and so forth. But why we don't do it? We are also
Just throw.
throwing it
it
from
there.
the car.
Yeah.
from
throw.
And it's even
all
adults
sorts of-
doing it more
Adults.
than
Adults.
children.
With their children in the car.
So
they're
you can
throwing
see
it.
the example from government. So it is not just government.
Okay.
It has transcended beyond government. It lives with us. It is in our neighborhood. It is in our home. It is on our bed. It
But
is
sir,
on our
I'm
table.
not cutting you, sir. But I know I was quite young then, but I remember the time of war against indiscipline. All of a sudden, Nigerians, they were queues. All of a sudden, Nigerians were not throwing away their trash.
So
can we find our way back? Is it possible to
It
get
is.
to that
Also
place
talk
again?
more. Yes, we'll get back there, sir.
is.
That'll be after we take this break on Weekend Deal. Life is a learning curve. If you didn't already know, join this masterclass on Weekend Deal today and start to learn afresh. If we start when our children are younger, something tells us, just like Dr. Michael Mary is saying, that we will have better success in the future. Weekend Do takes a break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Weekend Deal. Every citizen has a right, but that right is upheld alongside roles and responsibilities. Twice we have asked Dr. Mary a question, and we've had to cut him to take several packages, but it's time to let him talk. I'm going to add something to what you're going to answer now, Dr. Mary. Dr. Mary, you were Director General of the National Orientation Agency. Many Nigerians believe that the NOA can do a lot to support what government is doing to remind all citizens about our rights in case we have forgotten. Can I ask you something, and be as honest and as open, just like the picture that you are. It's been a while back you were DG, but were you to be a DG now of such an organization, would you utilize that platform to bring clarity to the situation? Because you are talking now and not everybody may hear. Would you utilize that office, that position, to send messages out in a way that Nigerians will understand more than they seem to understand now?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, the issue of whether it's possible for Nigeria to get it right. Yes, Nigeria can get it right. I'm a strong believer, a committed believer in the talent, in the intellect, in the capacity of Nigerians to turn things around for good. We can do it. We have done it. We can draw the line and not look back and set another level of progress that fits us, that looks like us, that looks Nigerian. Secondly, well, anyway, I don't want to talk too much about it because I have successors there. However, I can say that the benefit of hindsight, I want to believe that the charge that we introduced when I was in NOA of doing the right things still stands. Because if Nigerians do the right things on our roads, on our streets, in the offices, in the markets, and every open social spaces, we will reduce this social tension, this environmental tension that affects our psyche and our minds and all of that. We just don't want to do the right things. And we have spoken about it even when we were there those days. And that was why we also introduced the concept of, do the right thing, fly your flags and stuff like that, to continuously remind us that we are patriots, that we are Nigerians, and we have a duty to this country to promote it, to defend it, to work for it. Now, if we have any opportunity, which I am not looking for, is, at the NOA, is to continue to engage with the people.
Yes.
Okay? We continue to engage with the people, isolate the values that make us who we were, who we can be, and who we are, who we were, who we are, and what we can be. They are there in our communities. They are there in the Bible. They are there in the Quran. And I've spoken about it. We have 14 proven principles of character. And they are common to all these religions. When you say love your neighbor, is there any precept in the African tradition that say don't otherwise? No. It's the same thing in the Quran. It's the same thing in the Bible. If you say, God say don't take somebody's wife, it's the same thing. God does not have a wife that you go and snatch. So it's you. It's meant for us. So these values are there for us to live it so that we can now enjoy the benefits of the rights that we have entered into that social contract with our government. The government's responsibility to us that we can draw from as a right, they are spelled out in the Constitution. They are even our natural laws confer on us those rights. It also confers on us the duties. So in the NOA, then we didn't have the resources. We didn't have the resources. We did not have resources at that time to do a quota of our vision, to implement a quota of our vision. Now, I don't know how they are managing, but the NOA deserves a special line of budgeting. In fact, it should be removed from any ministerial control. It should be a commission in the presidency. We should have commissioners appointed from all the states, those who are exemplary to support the works of the Director General or Chairman of the Commission or Executive, whatever, and be properly funded on first-line charge. Not that you will be subjected to some, no. One is there, and then there are areas that you can tap and draw resources for the purpose of maintaining your values, supporting the promotion and propagation of your values. If we don't do that, and then this NOA kind of thing, it's not only in Nigeria. Nearly every country, they all have it. They have it by different names. Central Guidance Commission in China, they are there all over the place. And it helping the people to understand themselves, to live according to the values of their country, and therefore reinforces the kind of work they do, the kind of commitment and contributions to nation building. People in those countries that we mentioned, if they are not able to do certain things towards nation building, they are disappointed with themselves. And they have seen where the government has a responsibility to the citizen. With one citizen in danger, the entire system of government is there to support. So why wouldn't you do the right things? Now, you talk of Nigerians who go abroad and they look smart and straight. Misbehave there, they will bundle you back to the next available plane. You will not leave the airport. But here, as you learn, somebody is waiting you bring from abroad. Waiting, I hope you have chop remain for us. So they are not paying attention to the issues of values and duty to the airport and the environment. Instead, they are asking, so how would they now know when a criminal is coming in with a contraband or whatever is against our values? And then as you are driving, you come out, the taxi driver at the airport is also waiting to flee. So everybody is lying and saying all manner of things.
Okay. Well, that's a very bad picture and the truth. But Honorable, do you think this there's a situation that Doctor is talking about is a result of poverty? I don't know. I want to blame something. Is it poverty? Is it who we are, or is it poverty and the situation we find ourselves as Nigerians? Because at the airport, like he said, what you bring for me, you remain for me. So, sister, see me now. Why?
I think it's poverty. You know, I'm not saying it's a value. You know what? If you don't give people or pay people well enough, you know, and they are not making enough money, that's when they start, you know, asking for people. You know, even the custom, the immigration, the police, everywhere you go, what do you have for me? What do you? And I feel so bad about it because I'm thinking, you know, I went to the bank the other day trying to get some money from the ATM, and the security there that was supposed to be manning the place, you know, to make sure, you know, as soon as I withdraw the money, he was asking me, can you give me something? I was like, God, you know, this is getting terrible because everybody is asking you for something, whereas what they are trained for to do, he has taken away from there. And I feel so bad that we need to uplift our people, you know, so that all this lapse of, you know, asking and not really paying attention to the job. You know, you have a job description, they ask you, can you do this job? You say, yes, I'm willing to. And then all of a sudden, you find that, you know, that everybody lets their guard down. So it has been a culture of being like you are not making enough. And on the other hand, you look at them, you know, because I look at it myself, I was wondering what I spend a day and what somebody earn in a month. You know, so it's something that we have to look into. How do we, you know,
how do we manage it? How do we manage it?
So that
you know, just before you take some messages, patients, let me ask you, Dr. Mary, you know, is it poverty per se or a poverty mentality?
It's poverty
and then again,
mentality.
Put that aside the fact that asking is not a problem because it's within your, like you said, my nose is long, my own is long, my own is short, it's your own, it's your own. Don't come and put hand on my own. You can talk about my nose from a distance. So we all know when somebody has crossed their line. But is it possible, even without your poverty mentality or our poverty mentality, to still be diligent? Because we find that if you were to take it from that perspective, when we work, when we do what we are asked to do, are we not more likely to get support, whether we ask or not, rather than when we don't? and leave our chores and instead become a burden on people?
You see, in Nigeria, Nigerians did not set out in the first place to be corrupt. The systems we talk about abroad that I hate to make reference to, are there no poor people there?
Yes.
Is poverty not prevalent? There are backwater areas that are worse than Nyanya in America, worse than the dirtiest, ugliest settlement. They are there in America, they are everywhere. What differentiates us is that the things we bother about, that we spend money on, that for little comfort, they have there, we don't have. We are battling electricity. We are battling to pay security. You know, we are for every other thing. Now, look at, in a community, small community, like this area of the NTA, you can have your police, you can support your police, county sheriff or something around you there, they are working for you.
Definitely.
You know where to report, you know how to call 911 and somebody responds and so forth and so on. Yeah, call police and see the kind of questions they will ask you. You will become sick before you finish and before the intervention comes. So it's attitudinal. So, and then that has created the poverty, the kind of mentality of poverty that we carry around in our bags, in our dressing, and everywhere. It is affecting. Look, do you know that a farmer who grows food will look at you when he wants to sell to, he will look at you and determine the price when you are standing there. He is not going to sell based on the value of his production. I was to buy maize on the street. I do that. And I said, give me 4. The lady said, okay, this 4 is 1,350 naira. I said, okay, how do you sell it? She said it's 300 naira per one. So calculate 300 times 4, how much? It's not 1,200. So she just did a quick mental. She looked at me, I park in the car and I'm buying. She can make an extra. She just added money.
That's
so these are the things that have, and why is it like that? She thinks, okay, maybe the child, the school fees, this one, that, so many things
So it
around.
goes back to poverty again. When you think about going back home and there are kids waiting for you to eat.
Exactly.
So at least poverty, you cannot associate
So that is why we
poverty.
are saying you spend monies on so many things that you don't have, you ordinarily needn't bother about. You have to, if you have to buy a generator,
yes.
some cannot afford, even for their businesses, small generator. Now, if you have, I'm talking even at the level of the middle class, that is if they still exist. You know, the cost of petrol, the cost of security, all of that added together is your 120,000 naira as a senior officer is going to support you per month. It will not. And 120,000 is somebody maybe on grade level 13 or 14.
Yes.
That is what it is.
Wow.
Our salary.
Okay.
Wow. We need a lot of attitudinal change and a whole lot. Okay, their messages are coming in. Somebody said, very warm greeting to the studio. We have lost all our values as a people. We now celebrate and adopt money and wealth, not minding the sources. Will angels come from heaven to restore our lost values? Until we restore honor and celebrate values of hard work, integrity, sincerity, etc., we will never get to our promised land. Best regards from Egbo Macaulay Dick, Port Harcourt. Then somebody says, I wish to use this opportunity to thank our former DGCO, Dr. Mike Omeri, for changing my life and giving me the opportunity to save my country by employing me at the Federal Civil Service. Oh, may Allah continue to guide you now and beyond. Hamza Ibrahim, Kaduna State. Wow. Okay, you don't know him. He doesn't even know. God bless. Thank you for appreciating. It is good to always say thank you. Okay, and then messages are coming in. We lack. Somebody say the problem is that we lack discipline in everything. He didn't tell us his name. Okay. Okay, this answers are straight before the camera. Nigeria is a failed state. We are just waiting for the consequences of our failed behavior. You didn't tell us we are coming. Don't give up like this now.
no,
We
I
are
don't-
hopeful people.
I
We are
don't- I don't
resilient
buy
people.
that one.
We can't give up. We
You
can't.
cannot give up.
We can't. Good morning, Weekend Deal, and well done for what you're doing. The final one. Good morning, anchors and wonderful discussants. Your topic is apt. It is not our it's not our laws or policies that are lacking in merit, but implementation to the fullest, irrespective of who is involved. It is only in this country that lawmakers are shielded from obeying the law when court makes pronouncement that is against their wish. So what do you expect from other citizens? Solution is for the law to be effective and serve everyone. Well, we will go to the streets and hear what Nigerians are saying, because trust me, Nigerians are speaking. Views from the streets.
What I'm doing for my country, Nigeria, is for me to obey the law of the land and to make sure that I do the right thing at the right time.
I ensure that I imbibe the spirit of patriotism first, and again, work on myself that wherever I am, wherever and wherever I go, I'm not bringing shame to my country.
There are so many things we are doing. One, imparting the youth and influencing the youth to do good things, and equally two, to understand what is value.
We have a lot that has gone wrong, and we believe with collective effort we can be able to get it right, irrespective of which area you come from, either from the east, the north, or the west, or the south.
Nigeria have one syndrome, which has to do with bill-driven. Bill is the spirit of money. Everybody wants to make money at all costs. Thus, they make them lack that integrity capacity and quality job delivery in every area. Either you're a journalist, you are a civil servant, you are a police officer. Once the focus and the driver of your intention is money, there is no way you will not misbehave. And then when that happens, it's go across the country and it put the image of the country in a very bad reputation, because charity begins at home.
We have issues in Nigeria today, or in Africa today, because we have departed from our culture. We have departed, we don't obey anything anymore. Most especially, we don't know what our culture is all about. Equally to, we deviated a lot. So it has created a lot of problem in our society. It is my responsibility to understand to do the needful within my community effort, community cooperation, community, anything community, and bringing even the youths together and to teach them morals and values. You understand? And not only that, we cooperate as a people to address certain norms that's contrary to our nature.
Good work there, Splendor. You know, Nigerians, we are here just because Nigerians are there and they are watching. And it's not enough to watch. We should learn, we should imbibe and inculcate and change our perception and our actions so that we can all enjoy this country. We've enumerated a long list. There's a myriad of challenges that confront us as a people that may sometimes make it challenging for us to perform our patriotic responsibilities and duties. But we know our rights, and we're always thinking about our rights. Let us chart a way forward. We are here, our dear analysts, experts, and guests, to position our verbiage so that Nigerians can understand. Even as young as can watch and enjoy Weekend Deal, should be able to learn and take something away from this program. Let me start with you, Honorable Akinkumi. Earlier, I brought in the idea of culture because we all like our culture. We like to dress in cultural colors. We all say we like green, white, green. We all sing nice songs about Nigeria. So can we utilize this love for country? Can we take the love in one hand, take responsibility in the other, and save and bring forth that beauty that many of our elders cherish? Let me start with you.
Well, thank you again for having me. I wanted to go back to the person that sent a message earlier that Nigeria is a failed state. It's not a failed country. If you believe in your country, like other people will always be, there's no other country that we have than Nigeria. So we are the people that will make the difference. We shouldn't be condemning, oh, we cannot change, this country is not going to move forward. Yeah, this country is only like 65 years old. America, you cannot compare where they are like 200 years old. So we are still learning, so, and when we were growing up, our parents, instill the culture in us that we should respect the law, we should respect other people's feeling, we should care for other people. So we need to bring that back. It's not like, oh, we should just abandon, we should just leave. So my take in this section is that Nigeria is a resilient people. They are very hardworking people. They are ready to do whatever. We just want to make sure that from the top, the law is the law. If you break the law, you pay for it. Don't just give certain people the lead way just to get away from it. If the people, that are not, that are down there feel like, okay, you break the law, the people on top, if it's a senator or as a rep, they pay for. Then they know that, they will have to pay. So we should follow the law. Don't take law into your hand. Don't say because this person did this or this one buy a Rolls Royce, you want to do the same thing. Work hard. If you work hard, even it says in the Bible, a lazy person cannot prosper. So you have to work hard to earn what you get. If you know that, I want to get the mentality of being like, oh, it's poverty. You can lift yourself out of poverty. Don't let anybody push you down and say you can be. So try to let people feel like, they are welcome. So if you know that you are, a Nigerian and you eat Nigerian, you breathe Nigerian, I believe that down the road, things will change.
Okay, things will change. And is that change that we are all praying for?
Yes.
That is why we can do is dealing like this. Because if it's important to Nigeria, if it is important to Nigerians, then NTA will deal.
Yes.
That's why we are dealing.
Yes.
So, Doctor, way forward. Because the picture is not really good. We must, if we want to be sincere, how do we get it right? So that a child will say, I am Nigerian. I can't trash my streets. I am Nigerian. I will stay in queue. You came before me, stand there. Yeah. How do we get our children, we ourselves, to get it right?
Okay, thank you. Knowing about our rights and our responsibilities is key. Can we start teaching those things that are in our constitution, that the African Charter promotes on human and people's rights? Can we teach them at that level to our children? Can we begin to sensitize those who are not able to go to classrooms in the marketplaces with messages about our rights, how to enforce them, how to take maximum, so that you can get maximum benefits, of your rights and even your responsibility? Because sometimes if you perform your own duties or your responsibility, the value comes to you, the benefits come to you. So let us teach that in all social spaces. Secondly, where are our leaders? Can they please speak to us in the language for progress, for unity and patriotism? Let us not, because sometimes the narration that comes from our leaders is in contradiction with the reality of our situation. For instance, sometimes they will tell us cost of gari has reduced. When we go to the market, it's a different thing. So the reality is different. They are disengaged.
Yeah, information.
Okay? There are other examples that I don't want to mention for just to be
Yeah.
There are so many examples that people do the wrong things. You see leaders doing the wrong things completely out of sync with how societies should be organized. Private things become official things. You know, it is not so done. So if we eliminate some of these things, begin to be the example, and for the followers who elect leaders, we elect people based on the wrong criteria. Most times in our communities, we elect people because they lie to us, because they are from our religion, because they are from tribe, even when they are not suitable and competent to do the job. So what do you get at the end of the day? You perform a duty, a right, a civic duty, and in the wrong direction. That is just like food. You know, if you are on a diet, good diet, and you eat at the wrong time, it becomes harmful to you. It becomes poison. So
even when it is nutritious.
yes, it becomes poison to you. So that is your right. Deploy it in a manner that will be beneficial to you, to your circumstance, to your environment, to your people, to your communities. And we have the capacity to do it as individuals, as Nigerians, as a nation, especially when suitable people are promoted. Look, when leaders insist on succession, you know, I have sat down to reflect. Some governors will say, I want to bring a loyal deputy. Then they look in the room. They will look at the meekest man sitting at the corner who is frustrated because he thinks he cannot be the person in life. He cannot be governor in life. So they will say, okay, that one. Then the man will come and sit down as governor the next day. He suddenly discovers that he can approve one bill. He can drive siren. The cars will run away from
The power.
Then his ego comes up and he begins to do his own thing.
They reel him.
So allow Nigerians to choose their leaders based on the values they see, the values they want.
Okay.
Don't force people. You force them, they'll come and desecrate the values, the responsibilities that you are taking over. And our courts too have joined in. They are supposed to be arbiters in manners of morality, legality, and so forth and so on. Where are they? What are they doing? Our brothers, our sisters, our lawyers, our judges all over the place. We are talking to them. Let them see me. Let it be that I'm talking now, tomorrow I have a case in court, you say, that day you have insulted us in court, so we will go and rule against you. That is not how it should be. What does the law say?
Yes. What does the law say?
Okay, I'll take a message. Should I take a message? Okay, we're going to go on our last break, but before we go to our last break, let me take a message. Good morning to you all, and special greeting to the amiable leader, our frontier leaders in the studio, the incoming distinguished Dr. Michael Mary. I am very impressed by your teachings on how to build our patriotism and responsibility. Please come and represent us, Nasarawa South, Senatorial District, Comrade Ishaya John. Okay, so our messages are organic. I've told you here before. We read them as they come.
Honorable Akin Kumi, thank you. Dr. Mary, thank you. Sule, Patience, Thelma. And Savers for take it away.
Everything go day alright. If anybody try you, I'll be on side. Give my shoulder, make you rest up on me. You know I got you. Don't leave me your friend with me. I'm on the money, don't show down. I don't keep some for you. You no go suffer. Everything I get done for me and you. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? You know sometimes it be like say nobody send you. That's when I did for you.